Hi dancers, I'm Cathy. I know a lot of you are going to be performing solos this year, some at my competition. Now I want to talk to you in particular about solos and give you some tips that I know are going to make a big difference. The first thing I want to talk to you about, all of you soloists, is about going to the competition or the recital place or the stage or wherever you're going to perform and feeling really comfortable there. The way that you can help yourself do that is look on the stage a little early, maybe at a break, maybe get to the theater a little early. Walk out on the stage and pick something out on the farthest away wall that's going to be your spot. Now with my dancers, I always ask them to find an exit sign. That's a really good thing to spot because sometimes it's right there in the middle of the theater. So you're going to be able to know that when you spot your turns and when you look out into that big black abyss out there, there'll be something right in the middle. There'll be an anchor for you to always spot. Also, you want to be really comfortable on stage or knowing the stage where the center is. And a lot of times they'll put a little white X there, right there in the center. But if you don't see that, just work it out for yourself that you know where the center is. Then you're ready to take the stage and you're going to feel more confident. Now this is a huge tip. I've been a judge before. I've talked to all my judges about this, and you're going to watch other soloists from now on and you'll see what I mean. When you first take the stage, when you walk out and people see you for the very first moment, you have to make an impression from that first moment. Not from when your music starts, but from the moment you enter the stage. So when you walk out like a dancer, confident, tall, pulls up and go right to your spot. Don't look around for your friends in the audience or glance back at your teacher or your friends in the wings. You take the stage like a professional. You walk on like a professional and you walk off like a professional after your music is done or your dance is done. Your exit from the stage to disappearing in the wings is part of the impression you make. Now the next thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that you are alone on the stage. When you are alone on the stage, it takes enormous energy to fill up that entire stage all by yourself. How do you do it? Well, the first thing that you do, it happens in your mind. You pull yourself up and you push yourself out. You push yourself out in all directions so that your energy itself reaches every corner of the stage. This is something that happens in your mind first and then comes out of your body. Now as a soloist in your choreography also, you should fill up the stage. So when you're thinking about dancing and the choreographic patterns you're making on stage, you should be, unless it's choreographed to be just, some little isolated thing, you should go to every corner, the front, the back, all around the stage, so you take up the entire stage with your energy and with your movement. The next thing that the judges and the audience are all watching for is your technique. Now technique is something that takes a long time to get. It takes a lot of work and it can't be gained only by practicing your dance over and over again. Technique comes from going to class. So dancers, I know you want to practice just your dance, but get yourself into class, especially ballet class, and then you're going to be practicing those long legs and pointed feet, your extended energy, how you're pulled up. It's really important to keep yourself in class. I know you just want to practice your solo. Get yourself in that class, especially ballet class. The next thing I want to talk to you about is a biggie with my competition. It's grooming. Now you could be the best dancer in the world, in the whole competition, and if you walk on looking like a mess, it doesn't matter how great you are of a technician or a dancer or a performer or with your stage presence. If your hair is in your face and sticking in your lipstick and your top falls off and your bobby pins are flying out and there's a run in your tights and your shoes are dirty, it just makes a messy impression. You've worked so hard, you've cleaned up your dance, you've cleaned up your technique. Now Your appearance also needs to be very, very clean. I really suggest you spray your hair so the wispies aren't running amok all over the place and getting in your lipstick. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. Your costume, if it isn't staying on or you don't feel confident, you can get that two-way tape and tape it to yourself. Now, sometimes I know you're doing Thriller or something that's all not so clean and put together, and you know I don't mean that. When you are a soloist putting together a clean performance, put yourself together with hair, makeup, and your costume exactly how your teacher or your stylist prefers. The last thing I want to talk to you about, dancers, is your confidence. Now, the only way to really have that confidence is to be prepared. And there are two ways to be prepared. One of the ways, as you know, is rehearsal. Your face is part of your rehearsal. So if your teacher is saying, smile, smile, or get into the emotion, you go, oh, I will, when I get on stage. No. You have to practice that ahead of time, along with all of your dance. Now, when I was a soloist back like a million years ago, I used to have a little chart on my wall, and I would not get on that stage until I performed my piece, rehearsed it for myself 100 times. I know, I was a perfectionist. So you just pick out, maybe it's so many times, but you'll know because you'll just feel it in your body that you've got it. Now, here's the secret about being confident, prepared, that not so many people know about, and it's mentally preparing yourself. Mentally going through your number. Scientific studies prove it's just as effective to do half mental and half physical as all physical rehearsal. Find a quiet place. Maybe it's when you're going to bed at night. Maybe you're going to be taking a nap. Maybe you're out in your car at lunchtime closing your eyes. And run through your dance over and over again with your mind completely relaxed and your body relaxed. You can even be playing your music. Rehearse it in your mind, you see it perfectly, and then how do you feel? And your body and your mind will recreate that for you when you perform. I promise you, it works. So let's have a little recap, dancers. You're going to get there early and go on stage and look where your spot is and familiarize yourself with where the wings are, where the center is, and where the back wall of the theater is, because that is the place where you are going to project your energy. You're going to fill up the stage with your body's energy, your soul's energy, your mind's energy, as well as your body traveling all over the stage. You just want to eat it up. You're going to go to class so that you feel completely prepared in your technique. You've practiced it so many times in your body and in your mind. Lastly, think about your grooming. Makeup, hair, no wispies. Spray it down or put your hairstyle how your teacher wants it, but make sure it's going to stay there throughout your entire performance. Dancers, I cannot wait to see your solos. It's some of my very favorite parts of the competitions because I get to see you all by yourself for at least 2 or 3 minutes on the stage. I can't wait to see you. Happy practicing. We're going to have a wonderful time wherever you perform. Good luck and happy dancing.